So here we are on this pretty overcast, windy, a lot cooler day than yesterday, which I think is really good news for all of us. I was a little bit nervous about it being as hot as it was yesterday because it was in the sort of mid to high 20s yesterday. Not like that today. So we're all here. We're all signed on. We're just now sort of doing the final preps on the car. The Megane's looking great. So is the Porsche Cayman S. And also the mad barking lightweight Ariel Atom. And then a car that was towed up yesterday was the Westfield Megablade that's come in this pretty brilliant yellow colour. Pretty mad barking car, this 900cc bike engine producing 128 brake horsepower. But it comes in at an absolute featherweight, 425 kilograms. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the road cars can sort of stay or handle the track compared to something that is completely track focused like a Westfield Megablade. There's lots of other great cars here though. We've just had a quick look round an R26R. And there's a GT3 RS, and I mean the cars here are absolutely fantastic. So preparation, I always say for track days, come fully prepared. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Things like tyre pressures, get your tyres down. Normally drop 4 or 5 psi out of your tyre pressures because they'll increase as they warm up on track. Tow eyes are always a good idea as well. Don't forget to put your tow eye in the front of the car, and that's just in case there is any sort of accidental offs and the marshals have got somewhere to pull you out of. And as for gear that I bring, generally there's only 2 things I bring. Helmets, compulsory, either closed or open face. If you're in a closed car, you can have open face, but if you're in any of the convertibles or open tops, you've got to have full face normally. And shoes, and I always advise get a decent pair of race shoes, just to give you lots and lots of feel through your feet. Yeah, and normally it's times like this where the car's ready, you're ready, you're just waiting for the track session to open, and you normally have your sighting laps first, and just take that as a slow introduction. Get a feel for the lines that you're going to need, and then you just build up your speed throughout the day. Really take it steady for the first few laps, first few sessions, and just build up your speed and confidence throughout the day. Just finished for lunch. That's the end of the morning sessions. The last session's just been red flagged because there's been a problem with the Ariel Atom. It broke down on circuit, so we're just having a look at what that problem is. So let's hope it's not too serious. The Westfield Megablade's been absolutely awesome, as so have all the other Caterhams as well, the track focus cars. But as regard to the Cayman S and the Megane RS250, they've been absolutely nailing the lap after laps. Really, really similar on track, even though the Megane's sort of 70 brake horsepower down. There's just nothing on it. Quick update on the Megane. I've just put about 37 litres into the tank from this morning's session. And with quick calculations, it's worked out about 10 mpg, which I didn't realise it'd actually go through fuel at that rate on track. And the second observation is the tyres. I think there's not enough pressure in the front tyres. You can see where the sidewalls are just sort of collapsing under sort of some of the understeery corners. So I'm just going to drop a couple more PSI into those just to try to protect the tyres a little bit more. Okay, straight into this afternoon session.
Turning fast.
Yes.
So we've come to the end of the track day here at Anglesey. What a day it's been. And I think with all the drivers, we've all learnt loads about us cars. I think we've all improved throughout the day. Unfortunately, Phil had a problem with the Ariel Atom. I think his clutch has gone in it, which caused a red flag session right at the end of the morning. So unfortunately that's been recovered, and he's on his way back south, which is disappointing for Phil.
Big engine sound, Phil.
That's the fastest an Ariel Atom's gone all day, Phil. And the end of a track day for the Ariel Atom. The others, we've all learnt so much, and I think these track days give you so much in regard to what the car does, what you can do, and we've had a great time. What's my summary of the Megane? How's it taken to doing its first track day in my ownership? Well, it's been absolutely fantastic. So as you know, it was completely standard, the car, and I was a little bit nervous about the brakes, so the only thing I did do was change the brake fluid with Castrol SRF brake fluid. It's about £55 for a litre, and you only need about 600 or 700 mils anyway to flush the whole system. And that has sustained a whole day's worth of track use, no brake fade at all, and using the standard pads and discs as well. So a big thumbs up there from the car. The tyres have held on as best they can throughout the day. They've got hot at times. It's been quite sort of low 20s during the day, but it's just been brilliant on the edge. The car, I've got it unsettled, there's been understeer, I've had oversteer, I've had it drifting. It is a phenomenal the way this car is handled today, and it's done more for me as well. With my experience, my skills have developed with the car as well. So it's gone all better than I could have thought for myself. As a comparison, Jace in the Cayman S, the 987 Gen 2, and myself, we had a couple of sessions this afternoon, really side by side, well, not virtually side by side, but actually one in front of the other, both pushing really well, and both these cars, both of us, there's absolutely nothing in it. And for me, when I think my Megane can hold its own against a Cayman S, that just shows you how good these Mark III Meganes are. So that's it. We're going to retire now to get a beer and some food, and back to the hotel. And then we've got the long journey tomorrow back through Wales and back home. What an adventure it's been. Absolutely loved every single minute of it. I fully recommend for people that want to see how good their car is, what it's like on the limit, and develop your own driver skills. Things like track days are great for that. It's a safer environment than on the road. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, though, please give me the thumbs up. Please stay tuned and please subscribe. And I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks and goodbye from Anglesey.